Once upon a time, in a small village nestled among lush green mountains, there lived a young man named Eli. He was 24, an age full of dreams, yet his heart was weighed down by nameless thoughts. Every morning when Eli woke up, peace was nowhere to be found. In his mind, old memories and new worries clashed and spun like a storm. He often thought about the mistakes of his past, blaming himself for things he could never change. And when he thought about the future, fear would take over. What if I fail? What if things don't turn out the way I hope? Those questions haunted him all day long. During the day, Eli worked, but couldn't concentrate. At night, he lay restless, staring blankly at the ceiling, his mind filled with anxiety. The harder he tried to find peace, the more lost he felt. Sometimes Eli saw others laughing happily, and he realized he couldn't even remember the last time he had truly smiled. Eli's life was like a rushing river. He was being swept away by his own thoughts. He didn't realize that what truly exhausted him wasn't the outside world, but his restless mind within. And then, one day, Eli understood. He needed to do something. He needed to find true peace within his soul. One afternoon, as the sun began to set behind the mountains, Eli heard villagers talking about an old man named Noah, once a famous psychologist in the city. After years of helping people heal their inner pain, Master Noah had chosen to leave the noisy world behind and live peacefully among nature. People said that anyone who found him would learn how to calm their mind and rediscover inner peace. Those words felt like a small beam of light piercing the darkness in Eli's heart. He began to hope. Perhaps, somewhere in this world, someone could understand his suffering. Without hesitation, Eli packed a few belongings and set out to find Master Noah. The journey was not easy. He had to cross winding paths, foggy hills, and cold nights. But deep inside, a new faith was growing within him. Maybe real peace is waiting for me ahead. After many long days, Eli finally saw a small village hidden in the green forest. Amid the stillness stood a cottage covered in vines, with thin smoke rising from the chimney. On the porch, Master Noah sat quietly, eyes half closed, his face calm and kind, like the surface of a peaceful lake at dawn. In that moment, Eli felt as if he had finally arrived at the right place. Eli stepped closer and softly said, "Master Noah, my mind is always tangled. I cannot stop thinking. I cannot sleep peacefully, and I cannot feel at ease. Please help me." Master Noah opened his eyes, his gaze gentle and deep like a tranquil river. He didn't answer right away. He simply smiled and said, "You wish to find peace, do you? Very well, I have a small task for you." The old man stood up and led Eli to a little garden behind the house. On a simple wooden table, he filled a glass of water to the brim, so full that even a slight tilt would make it spill. Placing the glass in Eli's hands, he said slowly, "Take this glass of water, walk through the whole village to the end of the road, and come back here. But remember, do not spill a single drop." Eli was surprised, but nodded. He carefully lifted the glass, walking step by step along the narrow path filled with laughter, barking dogs, and playing children. Everything around him was lively, but Eli paid no attention. His eyes stayed fixed on the glass in his hands. His steps were slow, his breathing calm. When he returned to Master Noah's porch, not a single drop had been spilled. Eli sighed of relief, a strange feeling rising in his heart, both tense and peaceful. He didn't yet realize that at that very moment he was touching the door to true tranquility. Eli placed the unspilled glass on the table, pride glowing in his eyes. "Master Noah, I did it! Not a single drop was lost." The master smiled kindly, his eyes full of knowing. "Well done, Eli, but tell me this. On your walk, did you see the children playing by the road? Did you hear the barking dogs or the wind rustling through the trees?" Eli shook his head softly. "No, master. I was focused only on the glass, paying no attention to anything else." The master nodded gently, his voice gentle like a melody echoing through the mountain air. "You see, Eli, when your mind focuses on one thing, the world around you no longer disturbs you. In that moment, your mind is in the present, not lost in the past, nor afraid of the future. That, Eli, is the secret of peace. Eli fell silent. The master's words sank deep into his heart. He realized that all this time he had been living without truly being present. He had let the past wound him and the future frighten him. And now, with just one small glass of water, he understood. Peace is not found outside. It lies in how you keep your mind in the present moment. That evening, the last rays of sunlight spread golden across the mossy roof. Birds called to each other, and the wind whispered through the trees. Eli sat quietly before Master Noah, feeling a warmth he had never known before, a true stillness inside. He bowed his head, his voice trembling. "Master, now I understand. Peace isn't something I have to search for. It has always been here, in my heart. I just never listened." "That's right, Eli. When you live in the present, the past cannot sadden you, and the future cannot make you afraid. Only this moment, this very moment, is where peace exists." Eli looked toward the horizon, where the sky and mountains seemed to merge. Everything looked the same: the road, the village, the voices, yet inside him, everything had changed. The sounds that once tired him now felt soft and kind. He smiled, a real smile, light as the wind. As Eli stood up to leave, Master Noah said softly, "Remember, whenever your mind feels tangled again, look at the drop of water and return to the present." From that day on, Eli was no longer the anxious young man he once was. He had learned how to stay calm amidst life's chaos, living peacefully like the very mountains of his homeland. When Eli left the small mountain village, the sun had dipped below the trees. He walked slowly, listening to the crickets singing and feeling the cool breeze on his shoulders. Each step felt lighter, for the burdens of his old thoughts were gone. In the past, Eli had lived between the past and the future, two places that drained his soul. But now he understood. Peace doesn't mean running away from life, but learning to live fully in every moment. When the mind rests in the present, fear fades, and we rediscover ourselves. That was the simple yet profound lesson Master Noah had given him, the lesson of a single glass of water. And if we too ever find our minds noisy, worried, or lost, let's pause for a moment. Take a deep breath, look around, and let our hearts truly be here, right now. Because peace isn't far away. It has always been inside us, just waiting for us to be still enough to notice it. Thank you for listening to this story. If you found it meaningful, share it to spread peace to more hearts. And don't forget, slow down, smile more, for today is the most precious gift life has given you.